Welcome to the Paul Usher Vlog Series 1. That very catchily titled vlog series number 1 featuring Paul Usher. So it's quite self-explanatory as a title goes, but just not the catchiest. Don't know how I come up with such great ideas. But anyway, yes, I am Paul Usher, if you didn't already know, and how could you not? And I'm here today to start a new series where I discuss my life, my music, my musings, if you will. The first episode is inspired by LGBT History Month. And sorry, I was just itching my arm, even though it's not itchy. It must be a nervous twitch thing. Don't worry, I've not got, I don't know what I could have, but something in which I would itch. Chicken pox, there you go. I've already had them. Now let's get back to the music. So yes, inspired by LGBT History Month, this first edition. And I was asked by a blog over at ICMP to think of an LGBT plus artist and a particular track of theirs, which I could put forth to suggest and discuss, and how it had inspired me. And obviously there's a plethora, potato, of wonderful LGBT artists, across the decades and everything. So it was difficult, but eventually I chose, Frank Ocean and his track Bad Religion. Sorry, I had to think then what the track was called. Obviously it's from, had French cuisine for dinner, that's all those frogs in my throat. I didn't have French cuisine. I had a salad. That's neither here nor there, is it? So I chose, back to the vlog, Frank Ocean, Bad Religion, the track from his debut album Channel Orange, which is magnificent. And I will tell you why. So obviously it was a very hard decision to make with all the artists out there, but I'll give you a bit of background about Frank Ocean and the track in the album, just in case you don't know. Frank Ocean is a black man in America who is, before this album, his debut album on a major label, was primarily known for his work in hip hop. He wrote for some hip hop artists, but he also was part of a hip hop collective. And so in the summer of 2012, the last thing you'd expect from a man with that background is a Tumblr post, an open letter, with a beautifully tender and brave, poetic, open letter, in which he was coming out. And it blew me away at the time, and did blow a lot of people away, with its candor, its tenderness. It was erudite, just wonderful, magnificent. And I have such respect for him doing that in such a wonderful way as well, on his own terms and using his own wonderful talents and language. If anybody knows, I say if anybody knows Frank Ocean, loads of people know Frank Ocean, but I just mean if anybody watching this isn't familiar with Frank Ocean and his lyrics in his albums are, amazing. They are incredibly clever and poetic, and they reference everything from religion to politics to social commentary to wit as well. There's this real richness in his lyrics, so it's no surprise obviously then therefore his coming out post on his Tumblr page should be equally, if not more, beautiful. And we're here to talk about music rather than just that post, so I don't want the music and the track Bad Religion to appear as a side note or as if it's tokenism just because I respect the Tumblr post, which it isn't on any means. The track Bad Religion from the album Channel Orange, out now. I feel like I'm doing a QVC thing. Post and packaging, £9,000. Always is though, isn't it? Get it from Market, love, thanks. But anyway, the track Bad Religion is a track in which he wrote himself, and he talks. He sets up a scenario where he's in the back of a taxi and he's talking to the taxi driver and having sort of an accidental therapy session. And in it, he uses the metaphor of the relationship between believers in God and God as a unrequited love, as a one-sided relationship. I mean, he's not criticizing religion in that sense. He's just trying to obviously use an example of an intangible love. Not to say that doesn't exist. Obviously people are entitled to their beliefs and I want them to feel happy to express them, but that he's, like I say, using that example of a one-sided relationship and parallels it with his same-sex relationship that is unrequited. And one thing that makes that sort of analogy and metaphor clever is by using the God and believer relationship, it enables him, I should say, to use the pronoun him, because obviously God is referred to as him, and quite often with a capital H. And when discussing God by believers and even non-believers will discuss God in terms of using the pronoun him. And so it gives Frank Ocean license to say lines as he does in the track, like, I can never make him love me. I don't think that was the right melody. I can never make him love me. And when I say it allows him to use it, obviously, unfortunately, we still live in an age where, although gay marriage may be legalized in certain Western countries, even in those countries which we feel are liberal, you do not hear songs on the radio discussing same-sex pronouns, same-sex relationships. I mean, there may be artists on the radio who are gay or part of the LGBT community, but their lyrics don't necessarily inherently use, same-sex pronouns, etc. I don't know whether that's because radios won't play them, or managers and artists fear that radios wouldn't play them, etc. Or there's many reasons why it could be, but you just don't hear it really. And so obviously this metaphor that Frank Ocean uses allows him to use the same-sex pronouns, which again is a step forward for artists and for LGBT people. So the song is multi-layered, like I say, it's clever. It does reference religion, it references social commentary, it references his unrequited love, the same-sex union that he had, that he is now lamenting, well, maybe not lamenting, but he's sad that it's over at least. And it's a beautiful, beautiful song, and he debuted it 3 days, I think it was 3 days, it was very shortly after he posted this Tumblr post, his open letter, his coming out letter. He debuted a track on, I think it was Jimmy Kimmel with a live performance, and it was a few days before his album was out. And the performance, you can YouTube it, Google it, is a beautiful performance, especially if you watch it after having read that letter as well. And it moved me immensely at the time, still moves me now. One would suspect that he was advised against doing this before releasing his album. Some people cynically may say it was a marketing technique or something, but he had so much more to lose. Coming from the hip hop collective, being a black man, being in America, all those possible prejudices and multiple prejudices, the intersectionality of the discrimination he could possibly face is not something, a cynical marketing person would come up with, because, well, there's far too much that could possibly go wrong with that. So that he did it because he felt he needed to or wanted to. And to do it on his own terms and in such a wonderful and beautiful way, in an artistic way, just my respect levels go through the roof for him. And, obviously I had to pick one artist and one track. And another reason why I picked Frank Ocean and this one track was because it was the summer of 2012 when this happened. And it also ties in with my coming out journey and story, and how, I'd never had artists and things really to look up to who were, you know, out and putting their sexuality in their lyrics and being proud about it. You know, obviously we have humongous superstars, wonderful singer-songwriters, whether it be, you know, Freddie Mercury, George Michael, Elton John, who are obviously gay men and who were out and existed in the pop culture sphere before 2012. So it's not denouncing any of those. But it was the way Frank Ocean did it, like I say, to use the same-sex pronouns, etc. And also, obviously, it's us being of a, you know, a similar age, and when one is young, like I was at the time, and you see a young man doing something that's quite inspirational, inspires you on your own journey to coming out. So there's a multi-layered reason as to why I picked this track and artist. So I was trying to keep it brief, but I think I may have rambled slightly and been a bit verbose. But to wrap up, I'm not literally going to get some paper and, you know, do some sellotape mess, but to wind down this first Paul Usher vlog series number 1, I shall just say that Frank Ocean is excellent, Bad Religion is excellent, his whole songwriting career is excellent. Do check it out. If you've liked this vlog, let me know. Tell me how great it was. If you didn't like it, I don't need to tell you to tell me you won't like it. You didn't like it. I'm sure people will be at the ready to tell me they hated it, which, you know, is fine. It's fine. We live in a free world. But if you want me to do any more of these, let me know, because I'll consider it. I was going to say I will, but I'll consider it is the answer to that. And if you don't, well, keep it to yourself. No, do what you want. Have a cup of tea. You know, it's your day, it's your time, it's your life. You do what you want. So I will love you and I will leave you. So thanks for watching this far, and love you. Bye.